Hi, this is Bree with Atlas Aphasia Center. In this video, I'm going to be talking about going to the grocery store. But I don't just want you to sit there and watch. You have to participate. So I'm going to ask you to do things like listen and repeat, a little bit of reading, some writing. And don't be nervous because I'm going to help you out with all of that stuff. But I want you to actively participate in this video. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to the grocery store. Where am I going? I'm going to the Nice, let's say it again together. I'm going to the grocery store. Nice. And you might call a grocery store by whatever specific name of the place that you go. So you might call it Kroger or H-E-B or King Soopers. But you can also use the word grocery store to mean any of those places, wherever you do your grocery shopping. All right, so some people go to the store and they just have their list in their head, or they walk around and pick whatever they need off the shelf. I have to go with a plan. I cannot do that because I will forget things and end up with so much that I did not need, right? So to start off with, I'm going to make a list. What am I going to do? I'm going to Let's say it again together. I'm going to make a list. That way I end up with the things I'm supposed to end up with for the most part. All right, let's get started with that list. So again, this is my grocery list, and I'm going to write everything I need. As I write each item, I want you to read the word out loud. If you have trouble reading, that's okay. I'll say the word and you repeat. Here we go. What is that first item? Say it with me. Apples. Nice. All right. Now read the second word. Say it with me. Bananas. Nice. Here's the next one. What does that word say? Repeat after me. Eggs. Okay. How about this one? Say it with me. Cheese. Here's my next item. Repeat after me. Yogurt. Nice. How about this word? What does that say? Repeat after me. Milk. Good. We've got one more thing. What does that word say? Repeat after me. Bread. Good. All right, now we're going to go to the video of me at the grocery store. All right, as I walk in, I get a shopping cart. What did I get? A shopping cart. These are the first item on my list. Can you remember what these are called? These are apples. Nice. All right, now we're going to write the word apples. Do you remember how to spell that? If you don't have paper and pen, pause the video now and go get some so you can practice with me. Even if writing is hard, I want you to try because I'll help. Ready? So apples starts like this. And I'm also going to give you some letter tiles. I'm going to scramble them up and see if this helps. All right, so we know that this one goes first, and these are the other letters in the word. Apples. All right, even if you didn't get that, it's okay. I want you to look at the screen right now and copy it onto your page. You can also draw yourself a little picture if it helps you remember what it is. Apples. Okay, here's the next thing on my list. Do you remember what these are called? These are bananas. All right, you know the drill. We're going to write the word bananas. Here's the letters in the word. It starts with this one. Bananas. This is kind of a crazy word, right? Because we have this B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And we know in English, this is just if we have more than one thing, we add this to the end, right? So if I just had one, I'd say it's a banana. But since I bought more than one, we have to say bananas. All right, and again, I want you to write it on your paper. So if you haven't gotten it yet, or if you need to just copy it from the screen, that's okay. And it definitely helps, right? You can draw a picture if you want, sorry. Not the greatest, but you know what I'm talking about. And technically, right, I didn't do this on the apples, but because we wrote more than one, we technically should have more than one in our picture. And it does not hurt to cover it up and try to write it again. Remember, it starts with, here we go, this letter, and then we do that pattern, do, right? And an S at the end to say that I got more than one. Double check yourself. All right, and that's a great thing you can do on your own too. All right, next up, what do we have? These are eggs. All right. Now we'll write the word eggs. Nice. And put it down on your paper. Again, we know that it ends with this letter because we have more than one. If we just had one, it would be an egg. But we know that since I bought a dozen, they are going to be eggs. Here's the next item on my list. What is that called? That is cheese. Okay, let's write the word cheese. I put a little piece of paper over it so you couldn't read it while it's on the screen. Nice try. But I will give you the letters of the word. Here they are. So you can see the word starts with ch, which is going to be these two letters together. Make that ch sound. So these are going to be a unit together. These two letters also make one sound together. They make the sound E. Then we have one final sound, and then this is actually a silent E. We don't even say it when we pronounce it. So we have ch, E, z, cheese. Write it on your paper. Cheese. And you can draw a little picture of cheese if you'd like. Doot, doot, doot. You might also think it's like when a person's taking a picture and they go, cheese. All right, here's my next item. What is this called? This is yogurt. Now we're going to spell yogurt. Yogurt. I'll try to draw a picture of yogurt. I don't know if I know how to draw it very well. Here's my little container with my spoon. That's going to be my yogurt. All right, what do we got next? What is this? I'm getting a half gallon of milk. Great. All right, let's spell milk. Milk. All right, y'all, it's the last thing on the list. What is it? I'm getting a loaf of bread. All right, now we're going to spell bread. Bread. Woohoo! Everything on my list. Off to the checkout. Uh-oh, look what I found on the way. What do you guys think? Should I get one? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Here's for my impulse buy. Candy. I know that I bought a Kit Kat, but we're gonna write the more generic word, candy. That can mean anything like chocolate or Skittles or Starburst. We're gonna write candy. How do you spell candy? Candy. Now I'm going to check out. What am I going to do? I'm going to check out. All right, successful grocery trip. I'm going to put my receipt in the bag and go home. All right, guys, I hope that helped, and I hope that also makes you see that so many different things can be a speech task in your everyday life. So next time you go to the grocery store, work on naming all of the items that you bought. Maybe try to write a grocery list. Try to read the items on a list that somebody else wrote. And then practice spelling. The most important thing with aphasia is that you practice, practice, practice. So please use this video to practice, but also practice when you go to the grocery store. All right, guys, if you have more ideas for videos like this, I would love to make them. Let me know what you'd like in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Atlas Aphasia Center is a nonprofit organization. If this video helped you and you're able, please consider making a donation. That way we can keep on making free videos just for you. Thanks for your help.